Hey, future millionaires, this is Phil from the Next Chapter team. And in this article review, we're going to go over 7 financial milestones that you should try to hit after you get your first job so you can build wealth. That's right. We're going to focus on the steps you should take to put you in a position to build wealth and become what? A future millionaire. That's right. We're going to focus on 7 major steps. Hope you enjoyed the article review. Please like and subscribe and share. First item that's up on the article is establishing an emergency fund. And you know what? I have to completely agree. It's a great way to be prepared for unexpected expenses. That could be medical bills, car repairs, or sudden unemployment. So an emergency fund is paramount. When you're first starting out, at least $1,000. And then from there, grow to at least 1 month of your total expenses. That's why budgeting is important. So do some budgeting and you know exactly how much you need per month. Then from there, you build it up to 3 to 6 months of expenses. That emergency fund is awesome. You want to build it up, put it in a nice, secure place, like a high-yield savings account that you can't readily access and use for pizzas or one random night out with friends. No. Put that somewhere safe and let it grow even a little bit. And when you need it, when an emergency comes together on your life, you can handle it. It's just a bump. It sucks, but it's a bump. Next up, got to completely agree. Number 2, pay off your high interest debts. These high interest debts can really slow down your building wealth journey. And they snowball because they're high interest. So focus on paying off those high interest debts, such as credit cards, as quickly as possible. And then from there, after you're done paying them off, put it towards savings and investing. So it's really important to pay off these loans, these items that are high interest debts. Also think about this. Do you really want to be paying 29% on something? Really, 29%? Oh, that should make you a little sick, right? 29%, or even if it's 18%. Still, you don't want to be paying that. Just for some points? Come on, you're better than that. You're a future millionaire. You're better than that. So pay off those high interest debts. And if you're not one of those people that can pay off those your credit cards monthly, maybe perhaps you should really consider seeing if you could get super tight with your budget and do everything in cash using your debit card. Number 3 comes down to contributing to retirement. Start contributing to retirement as early as possible. That could be 401k, and 401ks typically have a match. Take that match, or an IRA. So doing one or both as early as possible is great. When you're doing that, you're going to invest consistently, and that'll help you build long-term wealth. We do lots of ETF reviews, and a lot of times in ETF reviews, we use the IRA bucket because you get more options. But really, building wealth long-term and saving for retirement, the earlier you start, the bigger the number will be. And when the market's down, you're buying cheap. And think of it this way. If you're buying cheap and you don't need the money for another 20, 30 years, you bought that money, those investments really cheap, and they had time to grow for 20, 30 years. And a little bits can really build up over time. The 4th item in the article is the importance of building a diverse investment portfolio. And what they're really trying to highlight here is investing in different classes. So when you're investing, you can invest in stocks, bonds, and even in real estate. But having a mix of all of them over the long term is great. So for example, what you could be doing is in your mutual funds that you have in your 401k, you'll do a large cap, a mid cap, a small cap, and then an international. And that gives you a good, nice broad base of all these equities, right? These stocks. And then in your IRA, you could do maxed out IRA when you get to that point and do that consistently. You can do a large cap, a mid cap. And then from there, if you want to do a sector like technology, and then finally you want to touch some real estate there, you could do a REIT inside of your IRA. So doing that over the long term will really build up some major money. And if you're not sure, you want to see some examples, check out, we'll put a link in the show notes that shows you a link to one of our ETF reviews, and I'll show you that. You'll see ETFs that we use, typically the IRA account, and how much they grow to, with simple things of just doing like maxing it out every year for like 5 and 10 years. And over time, it really balloons. So it's a real eye-opener. So check that out. You really got to really have a diverse portfolio to, over the long term, will help you build wealth and become what? A future millionaire. The 5th item called out in this article is the importance of increasing your financial literacy. And that's not just reading books. You could listen to podcasts. You could take an online course. You could even talk with your financial advisor if you have one or if you want to go down that path. But it's a really good idea to think about money more frequently. You don't have to be obsessed with it. But if you read 1 or 2 books a year, Think of it this way. After 5 years of reading 2 books a year, you'll have 10 books under your belt. And if a lot of that is applied to your habits financially on a regular basis, your financial trajectory will skyrocket, right? And that's how future millionaires really do it. They're listening, they're watching, and they're fine-tuning their approach every other month and making sure they're meeting their goals. And that's how they build wealth over the long term. And number 6 is setting long-term goals. Long-term goals, things like thinking about when you want to buy a home, perhaps achieving financial independence, setting specific and measurable goals, and these are called SMART goals, right? So specific, measurable, attainable, and relevant and time-bound goals. So I want to be completely debt-free from all of my high-interest loans as well as student loans in 4 to 5 years or 3 years. Get very specific. You make a budget that helps you achieve that. And then you know what you do after you achieve some of those goals of like becoming debt-free? You invest a lot of it and also enjoy life, of course. Now, we're not going to ever tell you to not enjoy some life, right? But you knock out all those debts, you start investing bigger dollar amounts more consistently and enjoying life, you'll be surprised how much money and investing will grow and explode over time by having good, reasonable, long-term goals that you can handle and that you can see on paper or virtually that you look at frequently. I will become financially independent. I will own a home in a place that I feel comfortable in. I will get that promotion. I will practice. I will do what is necessary to achieve those goals. It is so paramount to have goals. And so I love that part of this article. And make them SMART goals, again. And then from there, work on them. Work on them. That financial literacy is going to help you achieve them. So number 7, wrapping this up, is review your goals. Review your financial plan. I got to tell you, a lot of people we coach, we tell them you got to review it monthly, right? At the very least. And if you're in a debt payoff situation, perhaps even every time you get paid, just to make sure you're still meeting your goals. You said you're going to pay off $500 extra on your debts every month. You've got to keep up on it. You got to watch it and you've got to know that you're doing it. And so the only way to do that is to review your financial plan monthly, whether it be saving, investing, or just general financial goals. And here's a tip for you also. When you have financial factors change on you, fine-tune your goals and fine-tune your monthly plan to make sure you get there. What do I mean by that? Okay, so you are working a position and you get a nice raise of 10%. Don't just blow it. Of course, go have a nice dinner or something with friends or a loved one. Do whatever you do to celebrate, right? But after that, you got a 10% raise. Put it to work. Put it to work. Put it to work, whether paying off debt. Put it to work increasing your 401k. Or do half of it to increase your 401k, and then the other half you're going to say, I'm going to enjoy that take-home portion of it, and I'm going to put it in a Roth IRA. Put that money to work. You've got to review your goals regularly. You've got to use your raises that you're going to get regularly correctly to help you achieve your goals. You can do this. You've just got to be intentional. That's what this whole entire article is about, is 7 really intentional steps to help you build financial wealth, to help you become a millionaire over the long term. Hope you enjoyed the article. Talk to you soon. Now let's do a quick recap. 7 financial milestones that you want to hit after you get your first job or at least early in your career so you can build wealth long term. First up, start an emergency fund. And as a reminder, again, start out with at least $1,000, then build it up to at least 1 month of your expenses. When you start practicing your budget, you'll know exactly what 1 month of your expenses are. Then from there, move it up to 3 to 6 months over the long term. Next, pay off that high interest debt. That high interest debt is going to be robbing you of the opportunities that you want to do in step 3. That's going to be robbing you of the opportunity in step 3 to contribute to retirement accounts. And again, that's contributing to 401ks and contributing to IRAs. That could be Roth or traditional. And then number 4, build a diverse portfolio. So you could make your portfolio slightly different in your 401k than from how you have it in your IRA. By doing that, you have some reduced exposure to 1 or 2 major sectors. And you reduce that, then if those sectors take a hit, your whole portfolio doesn't take a hit. Number 5, increase that financial literacy. And you know what? Increasing your financial literacy will make number 4 so much easier, because by increasing your financial literacy, you'll have good insights on the goals and the tools on how to achieve financial independence and how to invest. Number 6, set long-term financial goals. Again, that could be paying off big debts, buying a home, maxing out an IRA, maxing out a 401k, saving for your kids' 529s. It's really up to you and whoever you are with, right? That's either for you singles, is you an independent person, and for you people who are couples, who are married, it's a joint goal. Long-term goals. And these long-term financial goals, setting them, making them realistic, so smart, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-bound, will help you achieve long-term financial wealth. And finally, review your financial plan regularly. And again, a lot of times monthly. And it doesn't have to be very long. After you set them, monthly is more than enough. And then annually, you want to just make sure you do a look back to see how you did. You had 7 goals. Did you achieve all 7? Or did you only achieve 5? And those other 2 that you didn't achieve, do you want to roll them over to the next year and then fine tune, make them a high priority so you can achieve them? So review your financial goals. And like I said in a longer part of the video, when you're in debt and you're saying your debt payoff is your primary goal, do that bi-weekly. Do it assuming you get paid bi-weekly. So I hope you enjoyed the article review. So much more to come. Talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for staying to the end. This video is brought to you by the Next Chapter team. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a comment. Please also like, subscribe, and share for your friends and family. This will help the channel reach out to more people just like you. We offer one-on-one coaching where we work with everyday people to determine a clear path to achieving their financial goals. This includes things like budgeting to reduce debts, planning for big purchases, and even learning how to build wealth with the tools that you have readily available to you. If you're interested, please see our link below to schedule a free call with our team. That's right, it's a free 30-minute call with the team. Also, check out our affiliate links for High Yield Savings Account. This is a great place for the saving up for those big purchases and your emergency fund. Thanks, and see you in the next video.